the most respected and important trees here in Uganda Kingdom.
Is it the one that is called Omutuba?
Yes. Now we used to get clothing from this tree 500 years ago, before the introduction of cotton in Africa. The tree is called an African wild Fiji tree. And the botanical name of this tree is called the Ficus natalensis. Some people call it Ficus natalensis, some people call it Ficus. That's a botanical name. In Uganda Kingdom, we are clan-based kingdom. People from Otter clan. Have you ever seen that animal? Otter.
An otter.
Otter, yeah. Those are the people responsible to make clothing from this tree. So we could get the panga, we cut it up as you can see. And then you cut down. We used to put the sweater in between the back of the tree and then we strip it carefully. After stripping it, we dress it using banana leaves and then we tie it using banana fibers to protect it from the direct sunshine hitting the trunk of the tree. This tree will not die. It always regenerates. After the period of 8 months, we get another new material from the tree. That's how important it is. Now the peeled back of this tree, we always take it inside here for production.
So it's like a back cloth you get from here?
Back cloth, yeah.
Okay.
After stripping it from the tree, we press it on this wooden beam, and then we bang it using these tools. It takes 2 hours. We switch to do this one for 2 hours again. In the 4 hours, it is always stretched 5 meters. And then you always do the finishing using the small tools. Now, during the whole process of 7 to 9 hours, we sun dry the material or we smoke it on fire so that we come up with such a fabric. This is the outer result that we get. So these were the ancient clothing for the people of Uganda Kingdom before cotton came to Africa. When missionaries introduced the cotton repressed this material. But in 2005, the World UNESCO Heritage Organization ranked this fabric as an innovative, intangible fabric in the whole world. Right now, we always export to countries like Germany, England, and America. In Germany and England, they make car cushions out of it. The brand new Mercedes-Benz and even the brand new Rolls-Royce have these as car cushions. In Egypt, they make preservatives out of it. In America, they make carpets of Nike shoes and even Adidas using the same material. Uganda Kingdom, they used to act as dowry 500 years ago, before the introduction of cars and cows, money and cows. Yeah. Nowadays, we decide to promote it by painting. We always paint wildlife, culture, and these art pieces you're seeing, we sell them to travelers as souvenirs. If someone buys it, we roll it and then we pack it in a piece of paper for easy carriage. You reach back home, you unroll it and then you iron it. Then you can provide a good frame to become a good souvenir from the kingdom. So this is what we have here within this place.
So what are the pricings like this here?
No, it depends on the artist and even the composition. We are different artists.
Oh.
If I told you not to take anything from this place,
Yeah.
you can point it out and then you negotiate. It's a nice souvenir. When you reach back home, you frame it. Oh, it will be wonderful and good. You can put it in your dining room and it will look amazing.
Do they wear out?
Yeah?
Like how long will they keep without fading or whatsoever? Do they fade?
They don't fade.
Oh.
The worst element on this material is water. If you expose it to water, you have to sun dry it and then you iron it as well.
Oh.
Yes, you iron at the back.
Okay.
They won't fade. It can last for 100 years, more than 100 years.
Right. My God, is very nice. Majorly see what? I'm seeing more of animals and then women.
It's because tourism is based within two sectors, culture and wildlife. Yes.
Okay.
Wildlife and nature. Of the nation. We have two maps here. We have this map down here and this one as well. This is the map of Uganda and this is the map of the kingdom. Yeah. Uganda Kingdom is the biggest kingdom in Uganda. It covers 20% of the nation, and this is the map of Uganda.
Okay.
Another kingdom down here, it is called Okello Kingdom. Have you ever heard of Queen Elizabeth National Park?
Yes.
Yes.
Bwindi Impenetrable National Park.
Like in
Museveni, the current president of Uganda.
Yes.
Rekimburo. So these are four
Okello Kingdom.
kingdom. Another kingdom here, it is called Toro Kingdom. Have you ever heard of tourism city in Uganda?
Hoima.
Fort Portal City.
Port Portal, yeah.
That is a tourism city.
Mm.
And that is another kingdom called Toro Kingdom. Another kingdom up here, it is called the Bunyoro Kingdom. Have you ever heard of Makshin Falls?
Yes.
The
The
largest
strongest falls in the world.
yeah, and the largest national park in Uganda. Yeah, that is Bunyoro. In the east of Uganda, we have another kingdom called the Busoga Kingdom. Have you ever heard of the source of the Nile? River Nile? Ginger, that is Busoga. Up here we have the chiefdoms. We have 47 chiefdoms in Uganda and 5 kingdoms, made up of 52 tribes and 52 different languages in Uganda. In Uganda we have 2 groups of people. 5 kingdoms down here, we are under Bantu group of people, and then the 47 chiefdoms, they are under Nilotics group of people. So we are totally different people living in the same nation.
Sure.
Yeah, Buganda as a kingdom, as I told you, it is one of the oldest kingdoms in the world. It has been in existence for more than 800 years. We are led by 35 previous kings. We always give information about all these 4, simply because with these 4 we had cameras and we could write. Okay, so the past 31 kings of ours, we had no cameras, meaning we have no writings for those ones. So when I'm giving information, I also give information from King Mutesa I, King Daniel Mwanga II, King Daudichwa II, King Mutesa II, the last king to stay here, plus the current king of the kingdom as well. So if you have any question about the 2 maps here, you can ask. Without any question, please allow me. We are going to start. We are going to get the full history in the shed somewhere here.
Please, you said the last king to stay here was Sekabaka Saidwa Mutesa.
Sekabaka Saidwa Mutesa II.
And including these other 4 and the 5th. The current.
This one stayed here. This one, the 3
The 3.
stayed here. This one never stayed here.
Okay.
This one is to stay in Kasubi tombs.
Okay, so this residence had these 3 kings. and
The
then
3
the current
kings.
one.
This
Only
one never.
4.
This one never slept here.
Oh,
Yeah. This one stays in Banda Palace, 10 kilometers from here.
okay.
Yeah. Simply because we had bloodshed within this place. That's why the current king doesn't live here, doesn't sleep here.
Thank you.
So literally, this palace was established in this period of time?
By King Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah. This one took the throne in 1884 and established the first palace on the seal in 1885. Yes.
And then I've ever visited what? Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then I was able to see the wooden kind of sandals that Kabalega used to put on.
Yes.
Even the currency that he used. I think it was Karisho.
Yeah.
All those things were still there in the palace.
Yeah.
Where do you find the ones for this man? Mutesa one.
We have the Buganda Museum.
Yeah.
As a kingdom, where I find different types of currency from the first currencies. And then we have the shoes as well. Those wooden shoes, they were introduced by the Arabs here.
In the Kalaland.
Yeah, the caravan that were introduced by the Arabs on the regime of Sekabaka Suna II. Yeah, he introduced the white attire as a gift to the king, and even the mirror. The king of Buganda, Sekabaka Suna II, without cameras, he was the first king to look himself into a mirror. Yes.
The white clothes that introduced were made.
The white attire.
Made from our
Arabs.
Cultures or
The
from
Arabs.
Arabs?
From the Arabs. When they came here, we just the kingdom renovated it to put some designs that introduced the kingdom. Those designs.
For the sign of the identity.
That's a kingdom attire.
Okay.
But mainly it was introduced by the Arabs.
Okay.
Yes.
That's okay. Thank you so much.
As I told you, in this place we had all the 3 kings stayed here.
Yeah.
The first king to stay here was King Daniel Mwanga II. stayed here from 1885 to 1887. King Daniel established his first palace on this hill in 1885. His palace was made out of plant materials. It was made out of the reeds, fibers, pebbles, and others. King Daniel Mwanga lived here from 1885 to 1897. By the time he was a king, British were here invited by his father to teach us how to read and write. At the same time, to spread Christianity here. Back in the days, we had no religions. We could praise God spiritually here, I think you know. Yeah. Now, British knew that we used to fight one another because back in the days, we used to fight one another in order to enlarge our borders. We had no Uganda. Uganda comes from Uganda Kingdom. The first explorers here, they had a problem to call it Buganda. They used to call it Uganda. That's why it turned from Uganda.
From Buganda to Uganda. Yeah.
Yes. So now, back in the days, we had no Uganda. We had the kingdoms and chiefdoms. The kingdoms, we used to spear one another in order to enlarge our borders, to expand the borders of ours, the kingdoms. Yeah. Now, the British came here, knew our weakness, that we used to fight one another. So what they did, they sent one of their soldiers. If you read the history of East Africa, you have to read about Captain Frederick Ruger. Yeah. Captain Ruger was a British soldier sent here by the Ibeco Company, the Imperial British East African Company. His major reason as to why he was here was to prepare the kingdom, Uganda Kingdom, and Uganda to undergo into British rule. Captain Lugard came to Uganda Kingdom in 1890. He gathered at all the Kampala Hill. Right now there is Gaddafi Mosque. He wanted a nearby place so that can easily convince our king, that was King Daniel Mwanga. He used to tell him that please, if you accept Uganda Kingdom and Uganda to become a British protectorate, Uganda Kingdom will be empowered with guns, and Uganda Kingdom will be the most powerful kingdom of Uganda. Now, because of the good benefits King Daniel Mwanga had from the British, he accepted and signed a treaty in 1893 for Uganda Kingdom and Uganda to become a British protectorate. Within a short period of time, he got disagreements because after signing the treaty, British started their mission as to why they were here, diverting people from kingdoms to religions, so people reach an extent of disobeying the rules of our king here. That's why in Uganda you have the Uganda Matters. Because of the disagreements between the British and King Daniel decided to fight the British from the kingdom in 1897. Yes. But our king had no weapons to fight the British. King Mwanga had no weapons. He was defeated on 26 August 1897. He was captured from this palace and then was exiled to the smallest country in Africa. That is Seychelles Island. Yeah. King Mwanga died in exile. He passed away in exile. He passed away in 1903. The remains of him were reported back here to be laid in Kasubi tombs in 1910. When the king of ours was in exile with the Bagana people, we could not believe in the British without a king. Since the British had powers, they chose one of the sons of King Mwanga. King Mwanga had 5 sons. For them, they chose the young one and the last born to become our king. That was King Daudichwa II. King Daudichwa II took the throne at the age of 1 year and 6 days. He was a king from 1897 to 1939. He was the second king to live in this place where we are. King Daudichwa II, in Uganda we called him a Ribro king simply because he was the first king to travel to visit Europe with the support of the British. He started traveling at the age of 17 years in 1913, where he visited King George, the 5th of England. That's why he called that building, you see, that building, the palace. It was one of the old modern buildings in the whole of East Africa. It was constructed in 1922 by him. He copied it from King George.
So it's now 103 years?
Yes. Okay. Now, since he was the first king to travel, he was the pioneer of women emancipation in East Africa. He empowered women from the kitchen to the front desk right now, whereby ladies can go to school. Back in the days, education was for boys in East Africa. They can eat chicken and eggs. Back in the days, chicken and eggs, it was a taboo here. Still, nowadays, ladies can work. Back in the days, they weren't allowed to work. They could just sit at home. He also introduced the board governs football in Uganda. That is FIFA, from FIFA to FIFA here in Uganda. And he was the first FIFA president of Uganda. Yes. So he also, King Daudichwa II passed away in 1939. He died of diabetes at the age of 43 years. his son took over, and the last king to stay in this place, that was King Frederick or King Mutesa II. King Mutesa II was a king from 1939 to 1966. He was so much educated, studied here in Uganda King's College. After King's College, he went to Cambridge University in England. There he majored in political science, and he later served in Sandhurst Military Academy in England. After Sandhurst, he was graduated as a colonel in 1950s. After being graduated, he was appointed by the Queen of England, that was Queen Elizabeth II, to be one of the personal assistants, PA. He served as a personal assistant for only 43 years. In 1950s, we Africans, we were reaping, fighting for independences. So he had to come back here to fight, to fight for Uganda's independence as well. He came back here in 1955. He reaped for Uganda's independence. He won the British, and Uganda became independent on 9th October 1962. Our king was made to be the first ceremonial president of Uganda in 1963. Now in Uganda, before presidents, we were led by prime ministers, and prime ministers had all executive powers. The prime minister by the time was Dr. Apollo Milton Obote in the northern part of Uganda. When our king came back here, he led Uganda for only 3 years, from 1963 to 1966. He got disagreements with the Prime Minister Obote. Because Obote had all executive powers, he ordered his chief of commanders, that was General Idi Amin Dada, to attack this palace where we are in 1966. Now this place was attacked. The king of ours was exiled to England. Obote, who was the Prime Minister here, he captured powers and became the second president of Uganda. He captured this palace where we are, he turned it into a military barracks. He even abolished monarchies in Uganda. Kingdoms were no more. Uganda turned into a republic. In 1970s, Obote was in Singapore for Commonwealth meetings. That is Chogo. Then he was overthrown by Idi Amin Dada here. Idi Amin took over and became the third president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979. He led Uganda for only 8 years. Since this palace was a barracks, it was called the Malile Barracks. Since this palace was a barracks, Idi Amin hired Israelis. Israelis were known worldwide in civil engineering, building airports, underground towns and banks. So they were hired to construct an armory within this place here, store for weapons. But Idi Amin Dada used it as a store for weapons for only 6 months, and then he later turned it into a torture chamber where Ugandans were killed. So many intellectuals were killed within this place here, and that's why the current king doesn't live here, doesn't sleep here, because of the bloodshed within this place. The current king always uses the building as an office, grounds, as ceremony grounds, but he doesn't live here, he doesn't sleep here. So from 1979 to 1986, we had a civil war, which took 5 to 6 years until the current president of Uganda took over. Before they could drive them here, and this place was seen, it had a main metallic door. This was the main metallic door. It had electricity, as you can see. This was the way of electricity. Still, it had water. When you look down here, you can see the water levels. Those were the water levels. So people were dumped within this water here. They could insert electric wire within water, shock these people using electrified water, extract information from these people. After getting information, they could switch off electricity, pick these people from this water, and then they were packed inside these cells. On the cells, there was a sliding door. When you look up, you can see that it had a closed sliding door. So people are locked inside here as weapons. Since the building is under the ground, people used to suffocate and die within here. Tonight, Idi Amin and his soldiers, they used to come and remove dead bodies from here. They could put them on lorries. They used to assemble them alongside the road to scare people. Then to talk about his bad governance, some dead bodies were dumped in Lake Victoria to be eaten by big fish, and some dead bodies were dumped in River Nile to be eaten by the crocodiles of the Nile. That's why people are up to date. When you visit our families here in Kampala, someone can tell you, since I was born, I've never seen my grandfather. And we don't have a streamlined background of our family because of such places. It is said that Idi Amin had so many chambers in Kampala and surrounding areas. Some of them were turned into business centers. This one is the remaining one because it is inside the king's palace. So that is the story we have in this place, and that's why the current king decided not to stay in such a place. Do you have any question?
I'm speechless.
Man.
shocked using that water here, they could pack these people inside the cells. Some people used to resist to enter the cells. They could touch the water. These are some of their fingers, the touchings of those people who are trying to resist. Yeah, those are some of the touchings.
Is this blood?
The marks.
That is dirty water. This is dirty water. They could touch using that water. If even use bullets within the same place here, this is some of the bullet holes. When you look inside here, you can even see the remnant of the bullet inside here. Yeah. So that is the story we have in this place. If you have any question, you can ask. If you have any question, we are going back.